You leave for work at 8:15. The door clicks shut, and for the next 90 seconds your dog does something she will never do in front of you. It is not sadness. Sadness is slow. This is fast. This is the same thing that happens inside a human body 1 second before a panic attack. The heart rate spikes. The breathing changes. The body goes looking for an exit that isn't there. We know this because someone finally pointed a camera at it and refused to look away. In 2019, a group of veterinary behaviourists put cameras in 165 homes. Ordinary dogs. The kind that greet you at the door with a wagging tail and a whole body that seems to say, "I'm fine. I was fine the entire time." That's what the owners believed. That's what the footage did not show. Here's the part that's hard to sit with. Most people who install these cameras watch the first 10 seconds, feel a small twist in their chest and turn it off. Not because nothing's happening. Because something is. So let's not turn it off. You think you know your dog. You've watched her sleep across your feet for years. You've decided somewhere along the way that she's the calm one. Not like the neighbour's dog, the one that shreds couch cushions. Yours just lies down. Yours is fine. But lying down isn't always rest. Sometimes it's the body going still because the nervous system has run out of options. There's a difference between a dog who's relaxed and a dog who's frozen, and from the outside, on 2 legs, in a hurry to get to work, they look exactly the same. Dogs were never built for this. Not this specific version of alone, the 8-hour door-locked and nobody's coming back for a while version. Wolves don't leave a pack member behind for a full workday. The whole architecture of a dog's nervous system was assembled over 15,000 years around one basic fact. You do not do this alone. And then, in the last 70 years or so, a blink, evolutionarily speaking, we handed dogs an entirely different life. Apartments, single-owner households, a schedule built around a job that has nothing to do with them. Nobody designed this to be cruel. It just happened fast and dogs didn't get a vote. Here's what the cameras actually caught, stripped of the cute narration people usually put over it. In the first 3 minutes, vocalization, not constant barking, something closer to a call, repeated, spaced out like she's checking if anyone's still listening. Drooling well above what you'd see at any other point in the day. And a path, not chaos. A path. The same 4 or 5 steps worn into the same stretch of floor near the door, walked over and over, like the floor remembers the shape of your footsteps even when you don't. And then, this is the detail that undoes the whole cute video version of this story. For a lot of dogs, the worst of it isn't minute 1. It's minute 15, minute 20. That's when the hope runs out. The hope that this is one of those quick trips, the kind where you just grab something from the car and you're already coming back. Somewhere around minute 15, the body seems to understand that this is the long one. And that's when cortisol, the stress hormone, the one your own body makes during a fight you didn't choose, climbs the highest. It doesn't come back down fast either. In dogs with real separation-related anxiety, cortisol can still be elevated a full hour later. Not a mood, a residue. Still sitting in her system while she's already wagging her tail at your car in the driveway. Already acting fine because greeting you is its own kind of relief. Maybe the biggest relief of her whole day. That wag at the door isn't happiness. Or it's not only happiness. It's what relief looks like on a body that just got through something. If you're watching this and thinking, "That's not my dog, she sleeps the second I leave," maybe. Genuinely, maybe. Not every dog runs this pattern. Some really do just nap through the afternoon like it's nothing. But some of the ones you'd swear are the calm ones are the ones freezing instead of resting. The only way to know the difference is the same way those researchers found out. You look. Not for 10 seconds. Longer than that. This is where it would be easy to say, get a second dog, or leave the TV on and call it solved. It isn't. A second dog doesn't fix a nervous system that's already learned the door means abandonment. Sometimes it just means 2 anxious dogs pacing the same worn path instead of one. This isn't a companionship problem, it's a conditioning problem, and conditioning is the one thing you can actually change. The behaviourists who ran that camera study also ran a fix, and it wasn't complicated. They call it graduated departures. You leave for 30 seconds. You come back before anything builds. You leave for 2 minutes. Come back before the peak. 5 minutes. 10. Slowly, deliberately, you stretch the gap. Always coming back before the cortisol has a chance to climb, never once letting the body reach that 15-minute cliff where the real spike happens. Here's why it works. And it's not magic, it's just physiology. Every time she makes it through a departure without the stress response firing, her nervous system logs a data point. That wasn't the bad kind. Do this enough times, see, in the right order, and you're not managing symptoms. You're literally rewriting what the door means to her. Weeks, not years. Some dogs shift within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent short departures. Left alone, untreated, this doesn't stay still. It tends to move, toward the couch cushions, toward the door frame, toward a dog that stops eating on the days you leave, or one that's simply worn down physically by living through a small crisis 5 days a week for years. That's the trajectory when nobody looks at the footage. This isn't about blame. Nobody sets out to miss this. It's just easy to miss something you've never actually watched happen. So here's the only thing this video is actually asking you to do. Tonight, before you leave the house, even just to take out the trash, prop your phone up facing the door. Don't watch live. Just leave, come back in 5 minutes, and watch it after. You might see a dog who stretches, yawns, and goes back to sleep. Genuinely, that happens, and if it's what you find, you can stop worrying about this particular question. Or you might see the path by the door, the one that's been there the whole time. You just hadn't looked. Either way, now you'll know. And knowing is the whole difference between a dog who suffers quietly for years and a dog whose owner caught it in week 1.